السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار وغر الميامين وعلى أتباعه إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Welcome again to دروس اللغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها Lessons in Arabic Language Book 1 by Sheikh Dr. V. Abdurrahim, formerly of the Islamic University of Medina. Um, in our last episode, we look at kalimat al-jadida, new words, and these are words that you need to pay attention to as you are navigating the Arabic language process. Al-lugha, lugha means language, so we can say al-lugha al-arabiyya. Shahirun, famous. Al-Madinatu, city or their city. الطائر, الطائر, a bird, a bird or the bird. اليوم, اليوم, today and a day. كسلان, lazy. جوعان, hungry. عطشان أو عطشان, no, thirsty. ملآن, to be full with food. غضبان, to be angry. العصفور, a sparrow. A sparrow is a form of a kind of bird, right? Sparrow, brown. Sparrow can be dark brown or light brown. Sparrow is a global bird. They are almost everywhere. اليوم. So these are the words that we ended the last episode with. So let's look at the section bar on the dars. We are still on the journey of trying to understand Arabic language in terms of adjectives. Remember we said in an adjective qualifies. That's what the English says, the English grammar says about it qualifies a noun. Qualifies a noun means describes a noun. So any word that you use to describe a noun is called an adjective. In Arabic, we call it na'at. Na'atun. What about the noun that it describes? It's called man'ut. So don't forget these two terminology. It's very, very important. Na'atun wa man'utun. Remember we said in لغة العربية there is what we call adjective noun agreement. Adjective noun agreement. That is to say, the adjective and the noun, they must agree in everything. That's very, very important. So if the noun is definite, so you're gonna have definite noun, and then you're gonna have definite adjective. You have plural noun, plural adjective, and then and on and on and on. So there must be an agreement. So if the noun is an indefinite noun, then the adjective too is indefinite. Very, very important. If the noun is dual, that is pair, then the adjective is also pair, right? It's very, very important. So let's delve into the next section of the book. Before that, let's look at the passage that we need to read to acquaint ourselves. أين المدرس? Where is the teacher? هو في الفصل. في is a preposition That is in. Now look at huwa. Huwa. Huwa means he is. Fi in al-fasli. Fasl is classroom. Faslun is classroom. Classroom. هو في الفصل. The teacher is in the classroom. وأين المدرس الجديد? Where is the new teacher? Now pay attention to المدرس الجديد. See that the مدرس, the teacher. المدرس, the teacher. So you see that this is the teacher. Now, what about the adjective qualifying the مدرس? الجديد. الجديد. So you can see that because the teacher is definite, then the adjective too must be definite. So we say مدرس الجديد. So there's an agreement here. دم دم. al. Very, very important. But if you say مدرس, then it's going to be جديد. جديد. المدرس الجديد مدرس جديد. This one is a new teacher. A new teacher. And this is the new teacher. The. Now, in English translation, you see that this is not equivalent translation, right? المدرس الجديد. المدرس الجديد. Sorry, I'm using different Arabic calligraphy. المدرس. The teacher. And then we have al-jadid, the new. So in English, we don't say the teacher, the new. We don't say that, right? So we drop the second the new teacher. So we bring the here, and then it's going to be the new teacher or the new teacher. We can drop one of the. So it's very, very important. So this is what we call noun adjective agreement or adjective noun agreement. So المدرس الجديد هو عند المدير. عند is also a form of adjective. It can be at. It can mean at. It can also mean during. Right? And inda. It can also mean to has or have. But here, huwa inda al-mudir, it means he is at or he is with. So inda can also mean with. You can say he is at or he is with. Inda. أين الطالب الجديد? Look at it again. الطالب ألف ولام الجديد. ذهب إلى المكتبة. ذهب. This is the first verb we are encountering in the book. ذهب, to go. Or ذهب, he went. One thing we need to know about Arabic in terms of verb, this is our first verb, is that verbs are set into two defaults. In Arabic, verb starts in the past tense or the infinitive. So in Arabic, we have the infinitive mood of the verb in the past. Infinitive mood in the past. So ذهب can be to go. And then at the same time, the another default is ذهب means he went. So there is an element of he, masculine, singular, built into the past tense. So when you say ذهب, here is past tense. And in Arabic, verbs are conjugated from the past. Verbs are conjugated from the past. Unlike English, we conjugate from the infinitive and then we go to the past and then we go to the present tense and then we go to the past participle and on and on and on. ذهب إلى المكتبة. He. Where is the he? It's been. It's like هو ذهب. هو ذهب. Arabic is like هو ذهب. He went. من ذلك الرجل الطويل. الرجل الطويل. Look at it again here. Now in an adjective. الرجل الطويل. الطالب الجديد. المدرس الجديد. So you can see that the noun, which is المدرس, is matching with the adjective. The noun plus adjective, they match. Definite, definite. وندم, وندم. الرجل, definite. دم. الطويل, ال. Very, very important. من ذلك الرجل الطويل؟ الذي who. And this is what we call اسم الإشارة in Arabic, or relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. اسم الإشارة. Relative pronoun. In English, we have who, which, that, and then whom. That's objective case. So الذي represent all of this. الذي. So الذي is who, and then it is also used for what? Singular. And then it's also used for what? Masculine. Very, very important. So you need to know that الذي is singular and then it's masculine. It can be who, it can be which, it can be that, it can be whom. But let's put asterisks here. Later we're going to talk, because this is objective. Who, which, and that. But we know that in English, relative pronouns who is normally reserved for a person, and which is normally reserved for a thing or an animal. And that is in between the two. You can reserve that for a person and you can reserve that for a thing or a non-living thing. So in Arabic, when we say alladhi, it means who, or it means which, or it means that, or it can mean whom. Alladhi. So al-rajul, remember alladhi is referring to the man. Al-rajul. That's why we call it relative pronoun, meaning we use it in relation to the pronoun or a noun. Some people call it relative noun or relative pronoun. So الذي is referring to the rajul. من ذلك الرجل الطويل? Who is that tall man? See, who is that tall man? That's what we're going to say. من ذلك الرجل الطويل? Man. Who is that tall man? So man and then alladhi, sometimes they can serve the same purpose. Who? But you cannot start a sentence like this, like alladhi dhalika. You cannot say that. So you have to say man dhalika. Who is that man? Who? Kharaja. Kharaja means to exit or to come out. Come out or to exit something. So this man came out. Al-an, now. Min al-madrasati. So who is that man who came out now from the school? هو المدير الجديد. He is the new mudir. Mudir is principal. We've already talked about it in this sense. Mudir can also be a manager, because anybody who manages or oversees is a mudir. Al-jadid. new. Again, look at المدير الجديد. So there is what? Now adjective agreement over there. Very, very important. ومن ولد الصغير. ولد, boy. ولد, then الولد. الولد. Now, الولد الذي. الولد الذي. The boy who. Remember, this is for singular and then masculine. And it's reserved for what? A human being or non-human beings or things. Waladun, you say waladun, you say waladun صغير. waladun صغير. Then you say الولد الصغير. Very, very important. You see the agreement. So if the noun is definite, then the adjective must be definite. If the noun is not definite, then the adjective is not. Again, I write waladun. I'm going to say a little boy or small boy. Then I have to say waladun صغير. Waladun صغير. So you see that my noun is what? Indefinite, indef noun. What about my adjective? It's also indef adjective. Now, if I say al-waladu, 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 then I have to say الصغير. الولد الصغير. صغير. Now you see that def now. My noun is definite, therefore it matches with my adjective. That is also what? Definite. So definite adj. So this is what we call noun adjective agreement in لغة العربية. So everything must agree. Everything. If the noun is definite, the adjective is definite. If the noun is indefinite, then the adjective is indefinite. If the noun is dual, then the adjective is dual. If the noun is plural, then the adjective must be plural, and on and on and on. Everything must agree. And also from the perspective of vowel, right? If they like, look at it, waladun صغير. الولد صغير. If I say إلى الولد, if I say إلى الولد, then I have to say الصغير. إلى الولد الصغير. إلى الولد الصغير. So the vowel must also what? Think. The vowel must also think. It's very, very important. The vowel must also think. Now let's look at the sentence again. هو مدير الجديد. ومن ولد الصغير الذي خرج الآن من الفصل. Who is that little boy? Who is that little boy who came out now from the class? هو ابن المدير. هو ابن مدير. هو ابن. Now remember, this is what we call Hamzatul Wasl. Hamzatul Wasl. So it's not read because it's in the middle. So we have to connect the huwa with the ba. And then we say huwa ibnul mudiri. Look at that. Mudiri jadidi. So here the noun, which is mudir, is matching with the adjective jadid in terms of definitiveness. Al. Then let's check the vowel. Al mudiri jadidi. And this is mudaf ilayh. We've already discussed that. Huwa ibnu, he is the son of the new teacher. Huwa ibnul mudiril jadidi. He is the son of the new teacher. Let's continue. لمن تلك السيارة الجميلة? Now look at it. تلك. Remember we said ذلك again, ذلك, and the opposite is what? تلك. This is masculine, and this is feminine, and this is also singular, and this is also singular. So in terms of numbers, they are the same. This is used for singular, singular, masculine, feminine. So if you are saying that girl, that, right, girl, then we have to say تلك, right? تلك البنت. تلك البنت. That girl. You use تلك. But if you say that boy, then you say ذلك الولد. ذلك الولد. Very, very. تلك البنت. بنت ذلك الولد. So you can see that walad, boy, is what? Masculine and is singular. And then tilka al-bintu, bintu is what? Feminine and singular. So here we use tilka also when an object is considered feminine in لغة العربية, like sayyaratu, a car. So as-sayyaratu is a al-jamilatu. So you can see here the noun is feminine. So therefore, the adjective must be feminized. The adjective must be what? Feminized. So in Arabic, we feminize adjectives. Feminization of adjectives in Arabic. We feminize. English doesn't do that, right? We say a little girl, and then we say a little boy. But in Arabic, the little, let's say صغير. صغير, little. Now, girl is a she, boy is a he. So in Arabic, you have to say ولد, right? صغير. However, girl, بنت, then you have to say صغيرة. صغيرة. Very, very. So here you can see that the adjective صغير has been feminized, right? It's been feminized. We've made it a feminine. So you need to know how to do that in Arabic. You just add what? Ta, this ta marbuta. It can be ton, sometimes it can be tin, sometimes it can be what? Tan, based on the function of the adjective or the noun within the sentence. So in Arabic, adjectives are feminized. You have to do that. You pick a masculine adjective, then you turn it into a feminine. And then adjectives also are pluralized. Later on, we're going to talk about it. So what you need to know is that in لغة العربية, adjectives are made feminine. You need to know how to do it. And this is one of the ways of doing it. صغير, صغيرة, right? صغير, then you say صغيرة. So you can see that here, this jamilatu comes from the adjective jamilun. So you just have to drop this and then put the matin, jamilun. So as-sayyara too means it's a female. Ka is considered a feminine object in Arabic. So we say liman tilka as-sayyaratul jamila. See, who's liman tilka? Basically, we are asking, who does that beautiful car belong to? Or who owns that beautiful car? للمدير الجديد. It belongs to the new teacher. Here. هي للمدير الجديد. So note we're using here for the سيارة. So here it is. Here it is for the new teacher. Remember we said here and this brother here, huwa, are used to represent it if we are talking about a thing or anything other than a human being, or if we are also using it to represent human being. So here becomes he is, huwa becomes he is, and here becomes she is. So in this instance, Sayyara is considered feminine in Arabic. So we have to say here. It belongs to the new teacher. لمن هذا الكتاب الكبير? Look at كبير, big. When we say something is كبير, كبير, big. So this is masculine. And then you need to know this. All Arabic nouns by default are masculines. They are in masculine form. Unless you are told otherwise. By default. So if I want to make this feminine, I have to say كبيرة. 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 So I have feminized it. So if I'm using this to describe a car, then I have to say سيارة. سيارة كبيرة. سيارة كبيرة. Or السيارة الكبيرة. They must match in all forms. لمن هذا الكتاب الكبير? Whose big book is this? هو للمدرس? Does it belong to the teacher? Or is it for the teacher? لا. No. هو لطالب الجديد. It belongs to the new student. الطالب. الطالب جديد. لي. Remember, li serves as a preposition, so it makes the final vowel of the noun asra. Lil, that's حرف الجر. لا هو للطالب للطالب الجديد. لا هو للطالب الجديد. أين الملعقة الصغيرة? As you can see, الملعقة is a spoon. We've already encountered this. الصغيرة ملعقة التاء تعنيف المربوطة makes it what? Feminine. So therefore, our adjective must also be what? Feminine. So the agreement is good. Now, if you look at the vowel structure too, dhamma and then dhamma. So the agreement is good. And then in terms of the feminine structure, tau marbuta here, tau marbuta. And then in terms of number, this is single. And then this is also what? Single. So agreement is complete. So in Arabic, the noun and the adjective, they must conform in all aspects of their structures. Here في الكوب, الكوب here. This is ملعقة. This is what we call ملعقة. ملعقة by default is considered what? Feminine. ملعقة. And then this is كوب. كوب. A cup. So cup is كوب in Arabic. So it's like, it's very close to like cup, كوب. Up and then kub. So you can see there, it looks like they were borrowed from, I don't know whether the kab came from the kubun or the kub came from up. Allahu alam. أين الكرسي المكسور? where is the broken chair? أين الكرسي المكسور? Where is the broken chair? هو هناك. It is over there. هو هناك. So you see that here, هو is used to refer to the what? The kursi, the chair. So because the chair is considered masculine in Arabic, so therefore, huwa hunaka. the word هناك. We have هنا and then هناك. هنا means here, and then هناك means over there. Over there. It is over there. So we're going to end on this, inshallah. Next time we meet, we're going to look at lesson point number 1, Iqra waqtub. And then we're going to analyze more on the noun adjective agreement in Lughat al-Arabiyya. And to summary, you need to know that in Arabic, adjectives must match their nouns in all forms. Very, very important. Adjective must match their nouns in all forms. That is the rule of Arabic. So therefore we can say now if the noun is what? Noun if the noun is feminine, then it must match what? Adjective that is what? Femme. Right? So that's how it is. If the noun is masculine, then it must be matched with an adjective that is what? Masculine. If the noun is dual, that is pair, then the adjective must be dual. Very, very important. If the noun is plural, masculine, then adjective must be plural, masculine. If the noun is plural, feminine, then the adjective must be plural, feminine, etc. So everything must match. So therefore, we can say there must be noun, adjective, agreement in Arabic. Very, very important. And this is what we are learning. And more importantly, definite noun must have definite adjective. And then indefinite noun must have indefinite adjective. Very, very important. I hope you have enjoyed these lessons. It's been so useful to you. Alhamdulillah. Hope to see you again next time. Dumtum bi khair. Assalamu alaikum.